Hello and welcome to this presentation on using the AutoDoc HSE client viewer. In this presentation we will look at the settings, the log and the PDF printer, and we'll look at the PDF scanner in a separate presentation. Okay, first up, there are some settings that can be adjusted here in the setup area. If the user will be using MAPI emails via AutoDoc HSE at all, these settings should be configured here. Generally you won't need to adjust these, but if you do, you can double click on this setup bar up here, and that will enable these fields. You can then complete the fields, double click on it again to disable them. This is basically a hidden lockdown feature for administrators to help prevent this setup information being accidentally changed by the user. And you can find more information on these fields in the manual. These option button groups here specify how MAPI emails for this particular user will be handled. And these fields over here allow the user to choose particular printers to which hard copy should be directed. For example, AutoDoc HSE might be configured to print to user printer number 1. And this is where each individual user can specify what printer user printer number 1 should be for their own individual environment. Okay, going back to the log view now. This screen is very similar to the log view in the AutoDoc HSE main console, except that this one only displays the jobs for the particular user in question, which is very handy. And as with the main log, you can sort different columns by clicking on column headings, and you can also double click on documents here to open them. Now to the PDF printer. What we have here is a basic PDF converter, otherwise known as a print to PDF printer. This would be used when you have a document that you want converted to PDF, but you don't actually want it delivered anywhere. If you have a document that you want converted to PDF, like this one, for example, all you need to do is print the document to the AutoDoc HSE printer, make sure it's selected, and hit OK. Now, provided that there's no AutoDoc HSE form number command embedded in the document, and provided that AutoDoc HSE's default form doesn't have a delivery output specified, like an archive path or hard copy printout, AutoDoc HSE will simply route the print job to the printer, and you'll find it here in your output tray. Now, there are a few ways you can look at your PDF. You can open the output tray here, and then open the file. Or you can open the output PDF directly from here. Or from here. And perhaps you could save it then somewhere as well. You can also empty the output tray using this rubbish bin icon. Now note there's only one file in the output tray, here. So what that means is if I print the job again, you'll see the number of pages here will increase as it's processed. So your PDF output grows by appending if you don't clear the tray. And remember, this tray is maintained on a per user basis. So each user has their own separate output tray. Now, using these option buttons down here, I can specify whether the output file should be opened automatically or left in the tray. So if I set this to open and then print the job again, it should open automatically. And there it is. Okay, I'll close that and I'll clear the output tray now. And these three buttons here allow you to specify different paper in the trays of the printer. For example, you might want to put letterheads in one tray and some kind of watermark in another tray. So this area is very similar to the letterheads area of the main console, except this allows you to maintain different paper on a per user basis. I'll show you an example here. Okay, I have this PDF here, which is a large letterhead, and this one, which is a small letterhead. And I'm going to copy these and put them into the rear tray. The large one I'll put into the first page, and the smaller one I'll put into this second page and up. So we've now got one in there. And one in there. Now if I go back to my source document and insert some extra pages, put in a second page and a third page, and then print that to AutoDoc HSE's rear tray. It should still automatically launch the resultant PDF file because that option button is selected. And here it comes. So you can see on the first page we have the large letterhead. We have 3 pages in there. The second page we have the small letterhead. And the third page we have the small letterhead. Now by default, jobs which are printed to this PDF printer are handled as front tray jobs. Okay, so that's the PDF printer. Now don't forget to check out the presentation on using the PDF scanner, which is quite a nifty little tool in its own right. Thanks again for your interest.